Good morning. Good morning. What's going on, Oracle? What's going on? Kind of expecting higher prices this morning. That's what we kind of expect. We are a little early today, but that's all right. I'm thinking that we kind of draw, if I had to guess, right, into this area. Possibly. Of course, we don't have to. But something like that. Not really that far away, but if we violate this gap, then we can be pretty safe to say that we probably move up into the 90. When you saw the big drop, you picture Kid Poker screaming, jumping in his Batmobile. Yeah, he commented on my recap and said that he caught some on the short and got back to green on two of the PAs. Unfortunately, I was long, and no real reason to be, just messing around as you do, and didn't take it off, and was quite heavy in the trade, so we lost we lost 4 PAs on that move. Could have went the other way though, right? We could have made a nice profit if we would have been in the right direction, but it's just how it goes sometimes. So we got a couple of areas marked out here. If we violate this gap, then I would expect the previous day low to be the draw down here at 832. And we'll take a short. But realistically, I'm thinking that we just continue higher. That's what I'm thinking, that we just kind of continue higher here. So we've still a ways to go off those highs from yesterday if we kind of, just look at it from a fib here. Let's kind of get to a premium there, at least 920. I'm currently at the 867. Obviously, this would be a big move for London, but maybe into the New York Open we make it up there. But, kind of the top of this gap here would be a good target this morning, 920 if we can make it. $901 would be your next area there to the upside that we would think. We've already obviously ran the Asia highs, ES and Nasdaq. There are the lows left that we did not run. The equal lows down here, 837, and the Asia low and equal lows are all the way down there at 800, but doesn't seem that logical to me for us to turn down before we hit that 920. Obviously, market can do whatever it wants, but that's kind of where we're at. We shall trade what we see. How did the Tidal Wave 2.0 perform yesterday, Oracle, if you're still here? No, you're probably just walking your dog, so I don't know if you're still here. And that's kind of the next up there. Let me zoom in over here. This really was your best short yesterday. Like, for what I would been looking for yesterday afternoon, if I wasn't being stupid, I had to just walk away there. This is beautiful right here. Pushed up, violated it. Get short right there at 870. Boom. There's another one here. Obviously, I didn't take either of these. But if I was being more logical, those would have been two short entries. Bam, bam. Even another one here. Got to start being a little more attentive there. Yeah, we'll see what happens at open. You made 11,000. That's a nice day. Very, very nice. I don't know if you watched my review video, Oracle. We did lose 500 accounts yesterday. We lost funded on the drop, 4 on the drop there, and then one other one you guys saw live there. It was the 1 4-pack that I didn't trade yesterday. I planned on trading it at close. It just was really, I don't know, it was kind of stupid. I mean, to be honest with you, I was really just looking for like a 10-tick move with heavier size. And, yeah, got burned on it. But didn't feel that bad about it. Felt okay about it, actually. I was just like, well, it's going to happen, right? We knew it was going to happen eventually. Direxter Wise, good morning. I guess I should, let's see. There we go. So to the short side here, if we do, well, we'll see. I'm going to wait until open, but I mean, we could just turn down here. I expect us to continue up, but we've got 9 minutes here until we open. I have no idea, Oracle. I don't even know if it's still working, to be honest with you. I could not use it because it's only for our Tradevate account, and I don't have any Tradevate accounts on Topstep. I've had a couple people. Somebody told me it was already not working, which would be shocking. I guess maybe it was only good until midnight. But I don't know. I just figured I'd put it out there. They posted it yesterday afternoon, and I was like, well, I tried to use it because a lot of times those work on everything, but they did not. It didn't work on everything this time. So still could be good, maybe not. We don't know. All right, let's go ahead and share the good old stream here. Marco, good morning. I don't know why, Marco. As soon as I saw your name, I thought of Marco from Tripolia. I don't know if you know where that reference is from. Someone might. Does anyone know where that's from? Marco from Tripolia. Paul, good morning. Good morning. If you guys are just now joining us, we're expecting higher prices just based on the move down from last night. Got a couple of zones marked out above. Really am looking at the 5-minute chart, though, as well. So this is my possible draw going into the New York Open. I don't really want it to make this move before the New York Open, but it might. But up next, obviously, we got a couple of areas of interest there. Immediately on the 5-minute, though, we're kind of looking at this zone down here and this zone here. If we start to move back down, if we get below this zone, then I'm going to short into these equal lows, and possibly previous day low there. But anticipation is probable at least move up to this zone. 900s is kind of the that's your premium area. So it's kind of the anticipation this morning, but we're going to go into the day neutral bias. We're going to trade what we see. This thing really could get legs here at open and get to going. And we'll just go from there. We shall go from there. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. We do stream live 5 days a week. We're probably doing 2 or 3 days for the London session every week from now on. We're not going to do 5 days in the London. Just too difficult for me, messes up my sleep schedule. So it'll probably be something like Monday mornings. Monday and Thursdays will be the two constants, and we'll throw a day in between. Depends on how my sleep schedule is. Yeah, that's ridiculous, Thorex. If it's already invalid, that was kind of dumb. Don't know why they would give a code with such a short life on it there. But sometimes you you make, you just don't know. You Googled Marco from Tripolia. What came up? Marco, how are you named Marco and you don't know that? You've never heard this. You've never heard this. So your name Marco. You got the reset at least? Good. That's the only reason why I shared it, because they didn't make it very public. So it's like, how's people supposed to use the reset if you're not really making it public there? So anyways, let's see what happens here at open. I'll tell you what, price not moving at all right now. So we're expecting maybe a push up into that 920 area possible. But we'll see what happens. Expecting higher prices. Well, let's see what we get. We've got about a minute here. All right, let's see what happens. ES already pushing here. Regarding the video, you don't know if you should shut it down with the code because you had a message from the center that sharing the code is a violation. Oh, really? Could be. Yeah, it's like a 1 minute video, but we could turn it off. If it's not working, then we should probably turn it off anyway. So let's do that. Yeah, we just deleted it. No point. I mean, if it's not working, right? There's no point in leaving it on there anyway. I share every code though. I don't. They don't use. They don't say much, as far as I know. All right, let's see what happens here. We are open and just nothing. Crypto. No, I don't have any crypto information there. R3A. Eh. We're going to try a little just quick small scalp here. We'll keep a tight rope on it. Let's try this. Modify. There we go. So we're at break even. Can't lose. Should be able to just rip right through there if it's going to. Like I said, kind of expecting higher prices this morning. Rip it. There it is. Nice and easy 10 points. I guess that's not 10 points. What is that? 8.5. I've never traded the cryptos there, R3A. I mean, one could for sure trade the cryptos. I'm thinking 920 is going to kind of be the draw, but we'll see. Got in a little late on that push right there. I was really thinking if we broke above the pivot there, we would jump in, but I was a little bit late on it. Just a couple points. Oh. Whew. Let's take a quick look. It's always good to start the day with a nice, easy winner. Nice, easy winner there. Whew. Not really much to see over here to the left. A lot of times I try to zoom out to the left here, but not really a whole lot to see here, to be honest. Just kind of expecting higher prices here. Like I said, I think if we break above, I don't even love that. I'd like to be in before then. I think this is kind of the draw, though. 920 area, possibly all the way up to 990. This might be one of those sessions where the play is to just toss it along and let that thing ride. Really. I mean, it's really a possibility there, but price can do whatever it wants to do, and we know that, so. But yeah, I'm really expecting higher prices there. We're still in a discount zone right here. We won't be in a premium until we get above 920 there. So from here to 920, really it's just buys. No need to short until there's some sort of reason to. I wouldn't consider a short until we move below this zone, and then maybe we take out these equal lows. But then we got down here. But I guess one could. I mean, we could be aggressive and consider a short on a close below this gap. But that would be a very aggressive short. Like I said, I expect higher prices. Could just, I'm going to take a little trade here. We'll see. I'm going to throw this in. We'll see if this thing wants to just move higher here. Kind of respect this gap it just created. Like I said, I think I'm going to target kind of that 90 area. So we'll see what happens here. Close below this gap anyway. We wouldn't be interested in the longs anymore, or we would still be looking for a long, but I kind of expect price just to kind of go. We break back above the high here at 78, we'll go to break even, which will be an aggressive move of the stop, but that's all right. So let's see if we can push through the high there. If push through the high, we got to break even. So yes, reapproaching the highs here. Cosmo L. Pulgas. Cosmo L. Pulgas. Welcome to the Methodical Crew. Thank you for your subscription. You the man. Hello, Cosmo. Hello. You the man. You the man. So we break above that high there, and we'll go to break even. That's the idea. So we'll see what happens. I'm expecting higher prices. I mean, obviously, you know, like I said, the market can do whatever it wants. You never know, right? Just need to continue higher here. Probably can get that 90 area here during the London. It might take some work, but we shall see. So if we move through the highs, we'll move the stop to break even. If we don't, stays right here where we're at. Right here where we're at. We're just waiting. Thank you. If any of you other guys or gals are in the chat, subscribed and we didn't get a notification because your YouTube channel is private, or you let us know. We'll be happy to give you a proper thank you. Let us know down in the chat. If you're new here, welcome in. We do stream live 5 days a week. If you guys are interested in trading futures, got all the links down below. Topstep, APEX, Bulenox. APEX got the 1-day evaluations currently. And 71% off on those. If you guys are using Topstep and you're signing up for a new Topstep account, I ask that you do it using my link. That does give me credit for it, even if it doesn't. Even if you're not new to Topstep, still gives me credit. If you're going to reset an account, do it through my link, please. And if you are new, you get an extra 20% off using the link. $49 for the 50K account there on Topstep. We also got the link down below for the Discord if you're interested. $10 a month. Come on, rip it. I mean, even if we lose this trade, it's not a big deal. We're risking 11 points. We're already up 8. So, like I said, just kind of expecting higher prices here. So, aggressive entry. Of course, like we said, the market can do whatever it wants to do, right? As always. So we're just going to be patient here. No point in doing anything other than just let it work itself out. Get Oracle short in memory of Kid Poker. Well, it doesn't have to be in memory of Kid Poker. You can say in honor of Kid Poker. The memory insinuates that he's no longer with us. He might not be with us during the London session, but like I said, I mean, there is a chance that it wants to take out these equal lows down here first before continuing higher. I don't really think it's going to do that, but since when, you know, I'm an idiot, so don't listen to what I say. I'm an idiot. Oracle said he's trading the, I don't think Oracle's short. Maybe he is, but I don't think he is. We got Oracle trading the London session now. Oh, My like hip flexor has been killing me. I may have to go get a massage or something. Man, this thing's hurting. If he loses any more paid accounts, he may not be. Yeah, that's true too. That's true too. I like Kid Poker. The only thing is, like, I don't know why he gets short or long, at market open the night before. You don't really know what's going to happen. Now, if he got long at open yesterday, or at 6 yesterday, that might have been the play. If he did that, because I was kind of expecting a move back up to some degree after a 200-point sell-off, but it doesn't ever really have to, right? Just like when it's went up for the last 9 days, it doesn't have to do anything. So I'm expecting us to maybe move up into the 920s at minimum. Ugh. If you guys are new here, we do have, we had 20 funded accounts through APEX. Now we have 16. We lost 4 yesterday. And we still have 3 with Topstep, 3 with APEX. I'm sorry, 3 with Topstep, 3 with Bulenox. 1 my funded futures, 1 take profit trader. So whatever that is, 6, 7, 8, 24 still. 24 funded accounts. And we got 4 kind of waiting in the wings. 4 more waiting in the wings that we could activate this week if we really wanted to. That would put us at 28. So even losing 5, we're still got 28. The goal is to kind of get at least 5 of those to pay out. Really 10 would be ideal out of those 24, 28, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to look at it, however you want to look at it. If we could get 10 to pay out, I'd be happy with that. Well, it's not an if. We'll get some of them to pay out for sure. It's just a question of how many. How many is the question? I thought London would be a little bit dead, but man, this is worse than I expected. At least we are in a trade, I guess. Like I said, we break the swing high here, which is technically the high, 78. We break above 78. We're going to go to break even there. Which would be an aggressive move of the stop there, but I actually don't love the wicks on the top of those 5-minute candles there, to be honest with you, but expecting this thing to push on up. I was kind of thinking it would make it through the 78 there strong, and it just didn't. Just not wanting to go higher at this point. Yes, a tick or two off the highs there as well. Can we rip it? This might be one of those trades that we have to hold the entire hour, to be honest. Might be. Need some expansion up here is what we need. Some expansion to the upside. We're just waiting. All right. Are we going to push the highs here? Like I said, it will be an aggressive move of the stop here, but we want to see a push through the highs, and then we're going to move the stop to break even. Do I use any specific strategy for trading? Yeah, I use a strategy there, Cosmo. I use different things during different times of day. So, for example, this morning, I'm really just trading price action. So during London, I pretty much will just trade price action. I kind of put everything together that I know stops to break even here. And we just trade the price action. But during the New York, I have a video on my stream or on my channel that will give you all that information that we trade during New York. We want to see some expansion up here. Let's create another gap. And then just really just want to go. You just want to run here. You don't really want to, you don't want to mess around. But yeah, there's a video on the channel that for the strategy that I trade every day. It's just kind of a high, low, high, and then we trade a pullback. It's a pullback strategy. But during the London, we just kind of trade like by feel price action. So I'm going to go ahead and move this up here. We're going to lock in 6 handles. Trailing it very aggressively here because this thing really could just take the elevator down at any time. It doesn't have to continue up, even though we expect price to continue up. And yeah, I only trade NQ. I do watch ES. I keep ES. I mark all the levels out on ES, and I keep up with the ES as well. All right, stopped out there. We're up a couple $100. If you are trading ES Cosmo and you're new here, I know you're new here. So, Adam Mancini 4 on Twitter is going to give you some fantastic information. I mean, he said earlier, loss of 48.10 will sell the trigger in ES, and we just hit 64 support. Shows the power of waiting for supports to fail to short rather than gassing the top. Anyways, a lot of great information here from Adam Mancini. He's not really trying to sell you anything. He's just giving this stuff away for free. So follow him on Twitter. You guys can follow me on Twitter as well if you want. Methodical Man or at Alan Bah. 073422268. But yeah, Mancini's a great follow there. I would recommend following Mancini for some free information. So like I said, we aggressively moved our stop there because this thing really could just elevator down at any moment. We're not in a premium until we get to 920. So I don't expect that to happen, but certainly could. Our normal strategy, just to break it down for Cosmo. Hey, Ark, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Just to break it down for Cosmo, what we're looking for is, so we're looking for price to be kind of in a trend, right? High, higher low, higher high, higher low. But we're looking for a low to be broken, right? That's kind of what we look for. So, for example, higher high, we want to see a lower low and then a higher high. We would fib the leg that made the high and made the low, and we would take a 30 or 50% pullback, bounce out of that area. So that's kind of the look that's our normal everyday strategy, something like that. So if we move back above the highs here, we would take a pullback, boom, continue higher. I also like to trade like failed pivots. So similar concept, except for, if we pushed up here to kind of that 786 area, but we failed to make a new high, you could take a short off that pivot and target the swing. And you have a very, so you would reverse this. You'd have a very short risk to reward here. So if this pushed up to 786 and kind of failed to make a new high, you would just enter short and target this. But think about it. If you entered at 786, look at your stop, 1.75 points. And your target, 6.5 points. So 3.25 to 1 on those types of trades. And then I also look for inversion gaps. So this is just all the stuff I'm kind of looking for. So for example, I don't usually do it on the 15-second chart here, but I like to see a fair value gap violated, right? You could do it on the 15-second. It's fine. Works pretty well the same. But you would just find a gap. So let's just mark this one out here just kind of for fun. So if price closed above this box, if it closed above here, then I would take a long to this swing. You could do the same thing down here if you wanted to. Now, your draw and liquidity is always important. So like right now, we're expecting higher prices. So I'd really only be looking for longs in these. So right here, if this one closed above, I would expect this thing to push up to this swing, which it just did. So it's just, this is a scalping type setup that I use. And then your stop just goes to the bottom of the swing there. It's not, not a huge stop or anything. The Wayfarer, what's the indicator that you use? The EMA type thing above price. This is some sort of VWAP band or something. I got only the VWAP on here, so some sort of VWAP band there. Some sort of VWAP band. So there you go. That's why I don't use that on the 15-second. I typically try to keep it to the 1 minute, 2 minute on the gap there. But for my high frequency trading, we certainly use the 15 seconds. So for example, you like for there to only be one gap kind of in an area. So we would move up to the 2 minute chart here, right? And for this strategy, if price closes below this box, then we would take a short to the next obvious swing. So kind of there, maybe here. But you would be shorting into a pivot, so that'd be the only thing I wouldn't like about it. Yeah, I like to use the WADA for my indicator. Show you guys over here. This is the WADA down here. The WADA Attar explosion. I use it on a 15 second during London, 10 second during New York. This kind of gives you an idea of volume. And it's got a MACD in there. So the MACD is above the zero line there, and we have a lot of volume, then you're expecting a move in that direction. At least short term. Helps when you're scalping and you're only looking for 4 or 5 points at a time. It's really useful. You watch videos later? Oh, no problem. Well, London can trend, right? It can dump. It can go. I mean, it can go either way. You just never know. So if this does close below here, we may take an aggressive short, even though the draw on liquidity for me is really higher. So it would be very, very aggressive. Risky short there. But we'll participate if the action calls for it. We do have the relatively equal lows down there at the 37s. It could be, price could want to go there. Asia high down there too. Previous day low 32s. Asia low all the way down there at the 800s. That'd be a move down there, but I'm anticipating this 920 area, this zone here, to be traded into. That's kind of my anticipation there, but because if you fib that entire move down, 920s is we would be into the premium once we get to 920s. So So let's see if we invert this gap or if we hold it. If we hold this gap, then we're going to continue higher. Once again, if you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We do stream live 5 days a week. We stream the entire New York session, 9:15 to 4 p.m. every day. I think we're one of the only streamers that do that. Very, very few people do that. And we're not a streamer that's just sitting there talking the entire time. We're taking entries, guys. So we're going to be taking entries there. So join us if that's something you're interested in. I hate when I do that. I fib it backwards sometimes. So this looks like a 786 pullback. Yeah, it is. So it'd be interesting here. Let's see. Still risking 10 handles there for like 10. I might have would have taken this if I'd have been paying a little more attention. I like that reaction off the pivot there. If you could just take this once you push back above 786, you get long there. I mean, look at the risk. You're risking 4 handles for 15 off that 786 area on that pullback. This actually is a setup that I would have liked. 786 lands in a bullish fair value gap. We have the protection of the pivot. So a lot of positive things here for this thing to continue higher. Session volume profiles. No, I've never tried that, Wayfarer. Nodes. Yeah, I mean, I've watched people use the volume profile before, but I've not used it. I have not used it. What is the nodes? What's a node? Tell me what a node is. I'm not familiar with that. So if you guys are just joining us, we are anticipating higher prices. That's what we're anticipating. Higher prices probable during London, but unfortunately, when you're trading London, it can do whatever it wants. I like that we ran the Asia highs. Of course, we've just been trending up since the open. Turned the Asia highs, kind of in some support there. Created equal lows. You can see here, bounced off the Asia highs a couple of times. So we pushed through the Asia high right there at midnight and just kind of boop, 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 and then continued higher. So price might want to come back and wipe out these lows before continue higher. Very well could. There are equal lows there. But my anticipation is that we move higher. So we did take 2 scalp longs already. We're up $245. 2 scalpies. 8 points on one. I think we got 5 or 6 on the other. And this is the reason why I aggressively moved my stop up on this expansion through the high here. You know, my target was the 90, just front running anything here to the 90. And you expect price to kind of expand straight into that area, or if we pull back, we violate this gap. I mean, we could really just pull back. We could elevate her down and take out these equal lows. So that's always an option. It's never a guarantee when you're trading. Never a guarantee there. So you just take what you can. Wayfarer says, so if you pull out the TradingView volume profile tool, pull it across from Asia Open, you will see all the pockets of volume. Volume profile. All right, let's pull it up. Session volume profile, I would assume. Volume profile. volume profile tool. Pull it across from Asia Open. Where is the volume profile tool at on Trading View? Let me see. All right, are we going to close below this gap here? Oh. Closing below here. We're going to take a quick scalp. Just going to look for like 4 handles here. I'm going to front run it here a little bit. The tool itself is better. Projection. Like I said, the draw was long here, so we could eat a loss on this one. Interesting. All right, let's see what you mean there. Makes sense. So if we close above here, then obviously we'll take that back off. Trader Dan, yeah, I'm trading Topstep. You like the anchor to the bottom of the swings, top of the swings. You can see where we may read from. Yeah, I did that. It is interesting. It's kind of bounced out of that 5-minute gap there as well. Watching the WADA here. I don't love like I said, I don't love the short here anyway. But we figure we toss it in. Try to take a little scalp. All right, taking it off there. Moving back above that. So up $45 after that one. David, I trade both. I have Apex and Topstep. I have 16 funded accounts through Apex and 3 through Topstep. I don't really prefer one over the other. They both have pros and cons, right? They both have pros and cons. I like Topstep because of the payouts policy. I like a lot of things about that. I like Apex because of the number of accounts you can have. But only thing about Apex I don't like is the intraday trail and drawdown. Let's see. But overall, I think, you got positives and negatives with each one. I mean, that's just how it goes. I like both. You could go with either one, right? You could go with either one. Depends on what you're looking for. I like Apex for kind of the number of accounts there. You can have 20 accounts at one time. Does one need 20 accounts? Probably not. That sort of thing. Topstep. I like the payout thing. A lot of people make a big deal out of the $5 $200 winning days. I don't think that's that big a deal. So yeah, I do have a video on Topstep. I didn't make one on Apex yet, but we will be making one on Apex this week. We're going to review all of them. Apex, Topstep. Well, we already did Topstep, but Apex, Take Profit Trader, Trade Day. Oh yeah, Bulenox. All the ones that we've traded before, we'll make a video on. So ES looking a little stronger here. Nasdaq kind of lagging behind a little bit. Apex approved you today after 6 days. Yeah, they've been taking a little longer, especially, I don't know if that's your first payout, David. The first one takes the longest from what I understand. So, yeah, that's true, Wayfarer. We have, I'm spread across. I mean, we got Apex, Topstep, Bulenox, Take Profit Trader. Am I forgetting somebody? Oh, yeah, My Funded Futures. I'll also review them. Have an account with them as well. Funded account with them as well. Right now, I'm concentrating mostly on my Topstep and Apex accounts. I haven't traded the My Funded Futures or Bulenox in a while. I took a couple of trades on the Bulenox earlier in the week, but nothing crazy. So we'll take one contract off here at the high, and we'll move the second to break even. Same idea as earlier. It's not your first? Wow. That's weird then. I don't know why it would take so long. Unless, were you over the consistency rule or anything like that? Was there something they needed to look a little deeper into? You never know with them, right? So, or was it like a large payout? Hopefully it was a very large payout, David, like $40,000. Congratulations on your 40K, David. Nah, congratulations on the payout at all. It's tough to do. A lot of people don't realize. I mean, theoretically, it sounds easy, right? But it's not. Definitely not. Want this to push right through the highs here. I don't love that I'm going to go ahead and move my stop up because the ES is at the highs now. So if the ES double tops here, we don't want to. If we double top here, we don't want to come back and get us here. So we'll lock in, whatever it is, 3 handles, not much. We could probably leave one at break even. I'd like to get some expansion right here quickly, though, right through the highs. That was 2K. That's still solid. Cosmo, first payout and first pass to eval. Nice. My goal for January is I want to get $20,000, but I'd be happy with 10. So like I said, ES kind of being at the highs here, we're going to trail this pretty tight. Because if it pops here, we should get a quick expansion. If the ES makes new highs. If it does not, then we could just whoop, right back down in here. And we want to lock in some profits after giving back some there. So let's see if we can get some expansion here. Doesn't look like it is. All right, it got us. That's okay. So up 145 after that. Cosmo, who are you? What prop firm are you trading with right now? Which eval are you using? Who are you using? Are you on APEX, Topstep, Bulenox? I'm just curious. How many accounts do you have, David? Do you just take 2K out of one account, or? I have the 50K accounts, but I think on my next round of accounts, I'm probably just going to take the 25Ks, just because you only got to get 1,600 to get to your payout. Much more manageable, in my opinion. You can take out the entire 1,500. You can take out 1,500 and just close the account out. Use it for like a paycheck account. If you got 20 of them, you can close 10. Leave 10 open. Start fresh with the other 10. So, I almost dropped my, and see, this is what I was worried about. ES did run the highs there by a tick. Now, obviously, you can continue to hold this. I think we still grind higher. But I'm a fan of just taking my profit. We actually do have another little inversion setup here. This one's not bad either, because we wicked down into the 5-minute. And we're bullish, right? Let me see if that setup's on the 5-minute too. I'm curious. It might be. It is. Look at that. All right, we may jump right back in for one contract. I didn't see that on the 5-minute. I like that. Oh, hit the wrong button. Oops. $14 handles risk on this. So that means our take profit should be 14. We want to do a 1-to-1. So yeah, it's basically where I was at before, 88.25. Yep. All right, so we will hold this one. We'll hold this one. Using the 5-minute here. I like this setup, right? So, yeah, 20 PAs, blue, 19 of them. That sucks. Well, the thing about that, David, is, though, if you have 20 PAs, you're pretty close to being even, right? Even on that. Even with just, even with blowing 20 of them. Because it depends on if you choose the monthly or whatever. If you chose the monthly, then you're certainly right there. Pretty close to break even. That's the thing, like with mine, I chose the lifetime, so I'm in them for, say, $3,500. So I need 2 accounts. I got to get 2 to pay out to break even. And then, ideally, we'd like to get 10 to make profit. But at the very least, 5. So if you guys I want to kind of show you guys this setup here. This is an inversion gap on the 5-minute. Very strong here. We break this high, we're going to break even. But you got a a fair value gap here on the 5 minute to the downside, and then we closed above that fair value gap back to the upside, retested. That's your entry, 1-to-1. The draw is up, so this looks like this is like an A+ setup for me. A+ setup. This is exactly what I look for. Run on liquidity. Violate previous fair value gap on the run on liquidity. Push back through strong through it. Pull back, test the gap, and blast out of there. This is an A+ setup in my eyes. So if we break this swing high here, we're going to go to break even. You're with Apex but can't pass any challenge. Problem is you don't have any strategy, trying to scout but not working. Cosmo, I can give you an excellent strategy to pass. Excellent strategy. Now, the thing is, passing and getting a payout are completely different things. So don't take that the wrong way. But yeah, the easiest way to pass is just to, the way I do it, I just pick a direction at the open and we full send that puppy with 10 contracts. 62 ticks. 62 ticks gives you $3,100, and then I just flip for the next 6 days. Or, and they got the 1 day thing going on now, so that's what I do. But so to get 26 fundeds, it took me 20 fundeds took me 26 accounts, 26 attempts. So 20 out of 26 to get to the 20 fundeds there. I don't know if I should move my stop now or not. I mean, I could move my stop to break even, theoretically. Really should not. If we do come back, we should bounce out of the zone. It's going to feel bad, though, if it comes back and tags me out. We'll leave it right there. Risking one handle for 14. You can use any strategy. It's your own emotions that get in the way, yeah. Fight to live another day, says David. Well, the thing is, I'm a believer in, I'm not going to spend, 2-3 weeks to pass an eval. Now, with Topstep, it's a little different. A little bit different with Topstep. You have, I just passed this one. I'll put it over here. And you can see how many days I took on this one. 22 days. And this one was just base hits. That's all I did every day. Base hits. 100. Some days, that day we lost 300. But try to keep my losses small. And try to keep the winners reasonable, $150, $200. Nothing crazy. But we just passed this one. It took 22 days. So just over a month. But on Apex, I don't do it that way. Apex, we full send it. Worst day, negative 347. Best day, 520. Average winning, $200. Average losing, $200. So you just want to keep these numbers close to the same. That's all you really have to do. How do I copy trade across 20 accounts? There's a couple different ways I do it. I use I use the I might get stopped here. It feels bad. Use the copy trader to copy across multiple brokerages on Quantower. But I also have Replicanto. So if I wanted to just link them all 20 together, if I was going to link all 20 together and take them all at once, I would use Replicanto and use Ninja. But here I use 5 packs of 4. Well, 4 packs of 4 now since we lost 4. So I don't want to risk more than 4 at one time. So I use 5 packs of 4. No, I don't do the same with Topstep because they have the scaling. So that's the reason why. Maybe it's going to be a dirty girl here and stop me out. That's why I didn't want to move my stop to break even right there. Still might get me, but you make your own trade copier, nice. Yeah, Topstep you can't do the same because the scaling plan, you got to pass in 2 days. You could pass in 2 days, but I was just because I was working. I already had the Apex accounts. I didn't feel a need to pass the Topsteps quickly. I already have one express funded with Topstep and also, so we just passed the other 2, and I just blew one yesterday. Actually, blew one of my express funded yesterday. Really traded that one stupid. You can buy one also. It works on 20 PAs, no problem. Yeah, that's what I do. I use Quant Tower. I don't really want to trade all 20 at once anyway, just to mitigate the risk. We stopped out there. You know, mitigate my risk a little bit. Because, for example, yesterday if I was trading all 20, we would have lost all 20. So, like, I didn't really want to trade all 20 there. Probably shouldn't have moved my stop there. I don't know. I still like this. I probably could have just left my stop down here. Do we re-enter? What time is it? Man, we only got 5 minutes left till 4. But yeah, I don't trade all 20 at once just because I want to mitigate the risk there a little bit. But one could. Man, I still like the setup. All right, I'm going to take We're going to take scalps here. I'm going to scalp this right here. We'll aggressively move the stops here. What happened there? I tried to move my stop. I guess maybe it just stopped me out. It looked like it moved the stop down, though, for whatever reason. Anyways, I still like this setup a lot. I just, I don't know. How many opportunities do you want to take at it, right? How many tries, how many shots do you want to give it? We could have taken profit up here at the 82s. I mean, really, we're so close. One handle off. Probably need to hold that 70 there. Well, if you are interested in trading the futures there, Cosmo, use my link for 20% off a Topstep. It's $49, and then if you take the 20% off, that's like an additional $10 or so off. So you can get a 50K account for $39 right now with Topstep if you've never used Topstep before anyway. And then it also gives you 50% off your first reset. So I think that if you're new to Topstep, that's the cheapest right now. I think Apex is 40 with the discounts, like $47, $48. But also we got the codes down there for Apex and Topstep, just whatever you want to do. Goodness. This thing is teasing me. I want to just jump in one more time, especially we're approaching that 4 a.m. I think we push at 4 a.m. All right, I'm going to do it, guys. We're going to do it. All right, we're going to go heavy here. We're going to take one off here. We're going to take one here. We're not going to look for anything too crazy. I want to look for a push through the highs here at this 4 a.m. push. If we don't get it, that means we're going to end our morning in the red. I actually don't want to see this candle close below this gap. It needs to push back up here. Don't want to see it. If it closes below, we'll kill it. If it closes below, we'll kill it. And this is just on a challenge account, guys, so don't freak out. It's not a funded account. So we're not too concerned with it here, but we don't want to lose either. This thing kind of needs to rip here because if this only got 5 seconds left on this candle, I don't want it to close below that zone. Oof, just below the zone there. Need to hold 70. If it doesn't hold 70, we'll kill it. I'm going to give it a little bit of time here because this is the last trade. I don't love that we closed below there, just barely, but we did. Typically, the rules are if we close below, we take it off. You never bought an evaluation with them? You kind of like the stats they have on their platform? Yeah, I like Topstep. I mean, like I said, you got pros and cons with every prop firm, right? Needs to rip here. Needs to rip. It could just turn down here, right? Never know. We just need to rip back through the highs. I don't see any buyers here really, though, to be honest. Not a lot of volume, though. David's looking to buy around 61. He wants to buy my contracts when I get stopped out. Yeah, we do got that 5-minute fair value gap there at 61 as well. Like I said, normally I would just take this off here, but I'm trying to give it a little bit of room here, a little bit of time. I do think there's a pretty decent chance that we rip higher here. It's 50-50, right? It's always 50-50. Always 50-50. We do have a little gamble in us if you're new here, just so you know. There's a little gamble in us. That's just how it is. Like the wick on the bottom of that candle there. Just need to turn this candle green. Just flip it green. And we go. Flip it green and we go. Come on, you got a flipper green. ES back to the 20 SMA here. Let's see if it holds it. It's kind of been holding above there this morning so far. A little bit of buyer stepping in here. We'll see if they can push this thing up. Got about 45 seconds left on this 5-minute candle. I want to see this candle back into the, it needs to get back into this box. If it doesn't, we get a heavy close here, then we'll probably just take it off. I want to see a push. I want to see a light close here. Get this candle pushing back up. If we close heavy, we just take it off. So buyers got to come in now. Right now. No real sellers to speak of either, though. Don't stay married to a trade. No, I'm not. Yeah, it sucks. I like this trade setup. I mean, I should have been out once this closed below, right? But not a huge range here. I mean, we're 5 points below there now. We do have we have an order block here, protection of the pivot. I was trying to be a little patient with it because I know that, you know, if the draw's up, we got a macro that turns on at 403. So we'll see if this thing starts to push or not. Just trying to give it a little bit of time. Don't want to eat a huge loss if I don't have to. Well, huge is relative, but you get what I mean. Buyers popping in here. Starting to rip it here, almost back to the entry. Hit that like button. Yokondo says rip it. Swede, what's going on, man? Hey. We got filled on one. Break even on the second. Break even on the third. Can't lose. All right. It was a bad trade, but we took a little profit there. You set the price higher. You did. Gained weight, removed the take profits, and just hit the draw line. Hit the draw line? What? Explain that to me, gained weight. Hit the draw line. I don't know how to do that. What is a draw line? I don't know how to do that. I mean, I'm curious. Is that something new? I don't know. Trend is your friend. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't too. I mean, like I said, I expect higher price. I expect the 920s. I expect this to be tapped into, but you know, if we didn't move the stop there, we would, you know. But Do we want to go back in a drawdown there? Probably not. You said you make just one trade. Is it with stop loss $60? No, it's not with the $60. So this is my setup, Ucondo, for my trade. So what I do is, so these are traded in packs of 4. And I just take one trade. So for example, 16 tick stop, 16 tick take profit, 2 contracts. That is 160 risk with 160 reward. And the strategy I'm typically using is the 15 second. And I just look for a higher high, a lower low. So a high and a low to be swept, and then resweep the high. So theoretically, if price moved back above the high at 81, we would fib the leg that made the high and the low. And then I would look for a pullback into the 30% zone. I would just rest my order right here. And I'm just looking for a reaction, 4 points. That's it. If it trades through it, 4 points, then stops me out, it just stops me out. So I'm risking 160 for 160. That's the conservative approach. Now, you could risk 80 for 80, right? You could just use one contract, just do 80 for 80. If I'm on the 25K, I probably do it that way, because your drawdown's a little less. So I'd risk 80 for 80 and just do one trade a day. Win percentage on this is typically around 75%. So theoretically, if you trade it in 5 packs of 4 using the copy trader, which is what I've been doing, like right here. So I just have pack 1, pack 2, pack 3, pack 4, pack 5. And we just set them up, you know, a parent and a follower. You just take one trade a day. If it's a winner, you put it away. If it's a loser, you put it away. It keeps your managing risk a little better. Now, yesterday, obviously, we didn't do that. But, you know. Yeah, I do it in New York only. I only trade my funded in New York. I don't trade them in London. Although, traditionally, I do pretty well in London. We're up 210 right now for London. But, yeah, I usually trade it in New York. Oh, draw with my pen. I got what you're saying. Anyway, I thought there was something I didn't know about. Like, what? But what I look for, Ucondo, you can take the bigger zone, or you can zoom in and we can say, okay, we got a swing high here. And then we would just look for any swing lows here. If any swing lows were broken and we broke back above that high, we would take it. So you have a small swing low here that was broken, right? So we would fib this leg. We would place our order right there. What happened here? But anyways, I'm not going to put it on there because I don't want to take another trade. But this is a setup. So we would use one tick above the 30 line. So you can see it. I don't like when it reacts before it gets there. But you'd be looking for a 4-point reaction. So up to 81, 75 there. But you can kind of see the reaction that you get off these areas. This probably would have left without me because I would have had my order at, no, actually 75. It probably would have tagged me in. I usually go one tick above the 30. And then you look for just a little push up. In London, in Asia and London, probably take 3 points. So reduce it down if you're trading London or Asia. But this, if you go and look, this pattern happens over and over. So yeah, David missed it. Didn't quite get there. Yeah, I've got my strategy videos on there. The back testing video was probably, I don't know if I did one on this or not. Usually I do, but so you can see a boom right there, hit 3 points. So you have a swing high here, and we'll look at this a little deeper. You have, let's use the spray can, the good old spray can. Swing high there. You have a small swing low right there. So we broke the swing high, we broke this swing low. So you can create the swing low after the swing high. Boom, boom, as soon as you create it and you break below it. Then once you break back above the high, so as soon as we break back above that, obviously you want to anticipate the move. Then you fib the leg that made the high and the low. And you take the 30% pullback. Or you could take the 50%. 50% is going to give you better R to R because you could just put your stop at the swing. So here you could see on the 50% line, you'd only risk 2.25. Your target's still the same. You'd still target 4. So if you wanted a better R to R, you'd use the 50%, but you're going to miss some trades. You're going to miss some trades. Because most of the trades, I'd say half of them only come back to that 30% line. One tick above 30%, especially in a slower market. So that's the strategy I use during New York. It works all the time, though, and it runs about 75%. When we have choppy action, you really have to be a little bit careful with it, you know. So, for example, I mean, let's just look at this leg here. So we have a high, a low, and then a higher high. Let's just go back and fib that one. So, like I said, if you took it off the 30, we traded back down to the 50 here. So you can see one tick above the 50. What happened? Did you get your 4 handles from the 50? You got 3.75, so not quite. If you took it off the 30, you only got 2.5. So this, it just depends here. This could have been a loser, right? One tick from your take profit off the 50, and you would not have gotten the 4 handles, or 3 handles even off the 30. So this technically would have been a loser. But it just kind of occurs over and over and over. And you're just all you're looking for is for a swing to be broken, right? So in this case, there would be no trade here. You have a low. Did we create a high? We did not. Or did we? Actually, we did. So this one would have been a short setup. But you want to go like in the direction of the market, right? If your draw is up, what the heck? Then you want to take the oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. I'm an idiot. So this one never came back until here. And that's the thing, like with these unmitigated areas, just because price went away from here, you still leave this on, right? So if you took this off the 30, you got 2.5 handles. So this would have been a loser off the 30. Off the 50, it would have been 3.25. So it would have given you 3 handles. So you just have to go back and back test it, decide which way you want to use it. I don't use it during London because it's not as consistent, but it does work. You look for the liquidity sweep like it happened at 862. Yeah. That's the thing. If you're waiting for higher prices, which is what we were kind of thinking today, then that's kind of what you would look for, right? So you have a high, a low, a high. High, low, high. So you'd fib this leg here. Wait for price to re-enter. So bounce. You can see where it bounced at there. I mean, look at that. So high, because we have a swing here. Low, because obviously we broke this low. Price returned right to the 50 mark here. You could have taken this one off the 30 as well. Still would have been a winner. If you took it off the 50 there, I mean, you have big winner. And like I said, this happens over and over and over if you just go back and look. And sometimes I trade it during the London, but most of the time, I think it runs like 55, 60% in London, so I don't usually take it. But New York, it's much better. You have to kind of tighten the screws on it a little bit. Got to tighten the screws on it a little bit there. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. That's going to wrap it up for me today. Up $225. We will be back for the New York session. Like I said, if you guys are interested in trading futures, all the links down below for that. APEX, Bulenox, Topstep. If you are going to reset your Topstep account or sign up for a new one, please use my link below. We do appreciate it. So this is another setup here, high, low, high. So you'd wait for it to kind of bounce off the 30. One of the things I do try to do, just one quick thing before I go, if I take a trade in a zone, so in other words, let's say I took a trade here, I don't want to take another trade in this exact same zone. So I'll usually kind of mark it out, and that way it's still on my chart. I'll say, okay, I took a trade there. If I have another setup here, then I don't want to take it in the same zone. Not that it can't work, I just noticed that the win percentage in the same zone more than once goes down. So, oh yeah, I blew 5 yesterday. 5 yesterday. 5 PAs were blown yesterday. I've had these for 10 days. The 20 from APEX. We blew 5 yesterday. 1 from Topstep and 4 from APEX. Copy traded them. So it was to be, it was expected there. But if I manage my risk and I don't do anything crazy, then I typically keep the PAs quite a long time. I've had my Topstep Express funded for what? Let's take a look at it. This is my Topstep one. What are we on? Day 26? And this is just I've really slung this one around quite a bit. You can see my low, negative 1,000. My high, plus 615. Current, $428. We're on 7 $200 winning days. So I've kind of slung this one around a little bit. You can see all my trading days here. Kind of want to keep your average winner and your average loser small. So average winner, winning trade, 113. Average losing trade, 212. But really we're looking for the average winning day and the average losing day, right? You want those to be pretty similar, which these are pretty skewed. Reason being, why are they skewed? Look at the very first day. Minus $1,000, right? And then look at the next 10 days. Just slowly get the 1,000 back. Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. Get back in the green. What happens? Minus 1,000. Plus 800. Minus 400. So I have days in here where I lose my risk to reward. And then I, big swings. So we got to keep that in control there. But that's what we're trying to do. Trying to just take base hits on it from now on and get it to pay out. So we're currently up 428. Nothing crazy. So, but that's what I'm doing. That's the thing you kind of do. I'm trying my best to just not take my time. I mean, like I said, I want to get to the payout mid-January, so I have to be a little bit more aggressive. We got 4 accounts sitting at about $400 above the 50K, 4 accounts right at 50K, and then 8 accounts within about $150 of the 50K. So as long as we can get 1 pack of 4 to pay out, I'd be super happy with that out of the 20. And we'd buy 20 more as soon as we get another 90% off sale and go from there. But that's going to do it for me. We'll be back 9:15 a.m. Eastern for the New York session. You guys join me then. Appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on the bell so you know when I go live. You guys have a great night or morning, whatever it is where you are. See you next